Welcome everybody. European modern action now between Felix Stenitzer and Stephan Johan Mathee. This was recorded by Felix, so we're looking at his hand. It looks like he's on Jeskai control. Normally plays Amulet Titan, so I haven't seen him play this Jeskai before. You can see here Felix has got 5 format titles as well as probably a numerous European titles. He's one of our foundation members, so he's played every season of the league, and he's also happens to be our equal longest contributing patron. He's been with us since the start on Patreon. You can see a timely reinforcement sitting there in his main deck. On the other side, Stephan Mathee. This is his second season in the leagues. He finished a very good third last year, where standard was his best format. So you can see the points. Felix enters on 12 and Stephan on 9. Looks like Stephan not mucking around here. He's on Boros burn. Fired off a couple of burn spells already. Looking at Felix's hand, he does have the negate in hand, so I guess in this sort of environment you're going to pick your spell. Boros Charm is a prime one. That'll get the negate. And you can see Cryptic Command, that's probably going to be coming straight out. Eidolon is a tough one. It's going to get the Lightning Bolt, you'd imagine. It's going to cost 2. Here's a second Boros Charm. This one's going to resolve. Felix down to 9, down to 7 with the Eidolon trigger, down to 6 with the Fetch. So he still has the Cryptic Command, so he's going to be able to counter draw here. And possibly a Snapcaster Mage if he wants to snap something back. You can see Cryptic's going to be online next turn, but no, he's going to fire in the Snapcaster Mage now, just so he doesn't take the 2 points of damage. He's targeting negate, so that means that Stephan can't play anything this turn. Not sure why he didn't negate that Searing Blaze there. I don't think it's uncounterable. Goblin Guide reveals Lightning Helix, so you can see Felix is down to 3. He's going to be able to recover here. Cryptic's going to save him because that Lightning Helix is lethal. So he's down to 2. He's going to counter the Helix. Actually, he shuffled away his Lightning Helix with the crack. Hieroglyphic Illumination was the card on top. So you can see Stephan now 1 card in hand. All he's got to do... Oh, Felix finds a timely reinforcement, so he's going to get some... he's going to get some life here. Down comes timely. There's no burn spell on the other side, is there? Waiting. No, there's not. Felix gains 6 life. So Stephan had to win right there if he had a burn spell in hand, but he doesn't. And you'd imagine now with Felix at 8 and Stephan pretty much out of cards, this is going to be a pretty tough grind. He's got a Boros Charm down to 4, but I don't know what that last card in hand is. It's clearly not a burn spell because he would have fired it off in response before. And now he's out of white sources. A cryptic command, 2 cryptic commands. Has he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? He's 1 short of being able to fire them both off. This is going to get a tap draw because generally at this point of the game, Felix is thinking he doesn't want to go down to below 4. 4 seems to be a magic number. We've seen a couple of Boros Charms already. That Supreme Verdict looking really ugly sitting there. Again, he's Stephan's sitting there with that 1 card in hand. I'm curious to know what it is because he's done nothing with it. My guess is he's possibly playing main deck Path to Exiles. If Felix is going to fire up that Cannonade, we'll soon find out. Here it comes. See if this brings out that 1 card. No, it doesn't. Okay, so Searing Blaze, that makes sense. But the Colonnade doesn't die because the Searing Blaze does 3 damage. Colonnade's a 4 power. And Stephan had seen enough, so we're going to game 2. So that's a huge win from Felix, who got all the way down to 2 before top decking the timely reinforcements. And it's a sort of match that Burn really has to win. And this is a very fast start here for Stephan, and a pretty poor start. You can see no red sources from Felix. He's kept it, obviously, for the counter spells in hand. Eidolon, I think this Eidolon's going to get a logic knot. Actually, why does he not have any cards? Okay, I was going to say it's going to get a logic knot, but he hasn't actually fetched, so there's nothing in the grave. Now he can... Oh, bit ahead of himself there with that burn spell. Logic knot's not going to work here because... Oh, because Stephan had 4 mana available. It's not going to work at all now because of that rest in peace. So this does not look good at all. This is going to get a cryptic. What's he going to do with the second function? In response, a lightning bolt. Okay, as a tap draw. In comes Eidolon to put him to 2, so surely this is dead this time. Oh, he's got the Baneslayer Angel. If that one last card, I was going to say, no, it's going to bring a concession. Wait, can he? No, he can counter. Yes. So, okay, so he's still alive, but he can't fetch because he's down to 1 life. Burn spell off the top for the win here. It is, so we're going to game 3. Yeah, he got there in the end. Oh, I think if he had another source that was untapped in a turn, he could have gotten away with that one. I have my assistant with me today. So again, this time he's got Lyra Dawnbringer, so he's got the classic Jeskai split of Baneslayer Angel and Lyra in the sideboard, both obviously with First Strike Lifelink, and both actually Stephan saw the no, actually I don't think he did. He didn't see the Baneslayer turn 2, so I'm curious to see whether he's got Path to Exiles in here, because that's the only card he'd have access to that could do anything in that instance. This is a promo Vendilion click that's come down. Interesting that he's fired this off right here. So that kind of and he's going to fire them both off so that the Vendilion click can't shuffle anything away. So you can see there's a Skull Crack. He'll get rid of Skull Crack. I think Skull Crack is only 3 damage, so he's got to find 1 more land, and then he's going to lock him out with that Lyra. Stephan kind of has to win on this turn, I think. And he's not going to do that because he's just been counter-drawed. That's a tap land, that's a Colonnade promo. He still can't find the land, but he has it next turn, so unless Stephan can win here, which he cannot, I think he can't. Felix can't drop that Lyra fast enough, and that's going to bring up the victory. Here's a Boros Charm end of turn. You can see he's only got 1 card in hand though, so he needs to top deck both for the win. Actually, he passed the turn, so yeah, there's no way he can win now, because Lyra's going to gain 5 a turn. Skullcrack. And Dispel will... Skullcrack would have potentially given him the win, but that Dispel stopped the Skullcrack, so Felix gains the life and counters the burn, the 3. And Felix is going to take the victory. We're going to see a